Prince William to be crowned king amid coronavirus outbreak? Rumor debunked. Amid the ongoing coronavirus crisis across the globe, a wrong rumor about Prince William has surfaced. According to New Idea, Prince William will be crowned king and will sit on the British throne as Queen Elizabeth and Prince Charles will abdicate due to their advanced ages. However, these new claims of William and Kate Middleton taking the throne amid the global emergency are completely untrue. In the report, the unreliable source claimed that Prince William is on standby to take over as the head of the royal family. The source added that Queen Elizabeth is expected to be pushed to step down to ensure the monarchy continues to function after she went into social isolation this week. Royal experts believe the current crisis will mean Prince William must step forward to act as Prince Regent within a matter of weeks, the source went on to say. According to New Idea, the United Kingdom has asked all seniors to remain isolated in the wake of the growing pandemic, which has so far claimed more than 16,000 lives globally. Gossip Cop debunked the report to say that there is no discussion of Prince William and Middleton taking the throne. Prince William cannot skip the line of succession and become king. The father of three is second in line to the British throne after Prince Charles. While the rumors about Prince William becoming the king soon is false, the concerns about the pandemic that originated from China is true. Queen Elizabeth II was recently moved out of Buckingham Palace after a royal aide tested positive of the novel coronavirus. The 93-year-old monarch shifted out of the palace to Windsor Castle indefinitely on Thursday as a precaution after all her engagements were cancelled and reports are that she is healthy. The worker tested positive before the Queen left for Windsor. But the palace has 500 members of staff so, like any workplace, it's not inconceivable it would be affected in some stage, The Sun quoted a royal source as saying. Last week, the Queen issued a statement of support and called on people to find new ways of staying in touch to get through the lockdown. Many of us will need to find new ways of staying in touch with each other and making sure that loved ones are safe. I am certain we are up to that challenge, read the Queen's statement. We are enormously thankful for the expertise and commitment of our scientists, medical practitioners and emergency and public services, but now more than any time in our recent past, we all have a vitally important part to play as individuals, today and in the coming days, weeks and months, she said. Prince William and Kate Middleton named king and queen amid coronavirus pandemic as Queen Elizabeth steps down? Queen Elizabeth II is not stepping down from the throne due to the coronavirus pandemic. She has not named Prince William and Kate Middleton the King and Queen of England. A phony tabloid report claiming otherwise is false. The cover of In Touch this week proclaims in bold letters, the Queen ends reign after 68 years. Will and Kate crowned king and queen. Inside, the two-page spread is filled with dramatic allegations, like the end of an era and passing the crown on. The bogus article is also filled with dubious quotes from a so-called palace insider attempting to back up the tabloid's untrue assertions. After 68 years, Elizabeth II is stepping down and making Prince William and his wife, Kate Middleton, king and queen, this supposed insider tells the unreliable outlet. The tipster goes on, the Queen's life is on hold, she doesn't know if or when she'll be able to return to Buckingham Palace or resume her duties, which is why she's been forced to rethink her position. It wasn't an easy decision, but in the end, she knew in her heart it was best if William and Kate took over the reins now. As for Prince Charles, who is the rightful heir to the throne, the tabloid makes another series of absurd allegations, claiming it's a bitter pill for Charles to swallow. This almost certainly made-up palace insider says of Prince Charles, he's prepared his whole life to be king, and Camilla was dying to be queen. She's always dreamed of having the $660 million crown jewels at her disposal and is upset they'll now be going to Kate. This source continues, the Queen explained to Charles that William and Kate have what it takes to save the monarchy right now. This fairy tale concludes by bringing Prince Harry and Meghan Markle into the mix, asserting that not only is Prince William going to be the next king, but he's already planning his coronation, and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex aren't invited. Even if William did invite them, who knows if they would accept, says the so-called palace insider. Okay, so the tabloid does accidentally get a couple of things correct. 1. The Queen is in isolation in Windsor Castle riding out the coronavirus pandemic. At 96, she is in a very vulnerable age group, so it makes sense that she would be taking serious precautions. 2. Prince Charles is 71 years old and also in that group. In fact, the palace announced this week that the Prince of Wales had indeed contracted the virus with minor symptoms and is resting at his summer home in Scotland, though the publication had no way of knowing that when it went to press. There is no indication that the prince is stepping aside in light of the diagnosis. Here's what the tabloid gets incorrect, everything else in the piece. Starting at the top and on the cover. The Queen has not stepped down. She is and will remain the reigning monarch until she dies. Queen Elizabeth made that clear on numerous occasions going back 75 years. Additionally, she cannot skip the line of succession over her son in favor of her grandson. In fact, the Queen can't name anyone king or queen, as that's not a power she has. Queen Elizabeth II has no jurisdiction when it comes to determining who is next in line for the top job. This is a completely false narrative that has repeatedly debunked dozens of times. Every tabloid makes this bogus assertion, and every time it happens, we step in to explain that only Parliament, not the sovereign, determines the line of succession. Indeed, just 4 months ago, busted in touch for claiming Prince William and Middleton would have a $1 billion coronation in 2020. That was months before the pandemic, and yet, this latest story contends that the Queen recently made the decision because of the virus. It wasn't true in December and it's not true today. The Queen simply can't make that decision, pandemic or no pandemic. Any true palace insider would understand how the law works in the United Kingdom.